be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Stafford's Lions going up against Dak Prescott's Cowboys.
Larry, we find ourselves right in the center of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex in Arlington and AT&T Stadium. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Detroit Lions. Here's the punter, Sam Martin, now ready to get us started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Fielded about a yard deep. And they go play action here on first down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. First carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Steps away to his left. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. He completes it to Bryant. 30. The 20, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. Dez Bryant, 63 yards, and the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Bailey now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. So the Cowboys offense coming back out there, and after the excitement of that 13-3 year, the NFC East title 2016, they fell back to earth in 2017. They still finished 9-7, but not what you expected from them.
No, the scoring differential was a big telltale about the difference between 2016 and 2017. They were
and they'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jason Witten, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Extra point try by Bailey. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's a wobbler, and it's intercepted. Want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year. They totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen, the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year award.
Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves.
Way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Second down following the run. Now Stafford hands to Abdullah. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. They'll run here. Abdullah. And some room to work. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I know it's a cliche, and coaches always talk about it's a team game. We need all 11 to win. But let's face it, Detroit really needs Amir Abdullah to have runs like that all season long.
Missed a lot of time with injuries, especially recently. Now, Theo Riddick wound up leading the Lions in rushing last year, but just 357 yards. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now the second-year man from South Dakota State, it's Zach Zenner. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 7 yards to go on second down.
Hey, 50. Big 20.
They go again now with Zenner. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. Here's Stafford. And he connects with Ebron. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Stafford finding his big tight end Ebron for a Lion first down. On first First down, Abdullah. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They go with Abdullah again. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. He's at the 50, the 40, past the 20, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams, but he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
Getting all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999 where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Well, before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He got 29 yards that time. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. again is Stafford. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 6. A gain of 32 that time. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Again, it's Stafford. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
To the air again, Stafford. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Demarcus Lawrence in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Back to throw, Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3 points. They're on the board, but it took them 3 trips to the red zone just to get 1 field goal.
So on the defensive side of the ball, you feel great about yourselves. Guess what? 3 times and you only came out with 3 points. But on the offensive side, you have to finally feel a little bit of relief that you got some points on the board.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league for about quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis. Some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. 2nd down, Prescott. Flushed out right. Room here to run. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision, a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So let's discuss the Detroit Lions as their offense makes their way back out there, Charles. Last 3 years, including a playoff loss in 2016, they're 25-24. They're going to have a new head coach, of course, Jim Caldwell, let go at the end of the year. And yeah, it always seems like the Lions are stuck right in that middle ground. 7-9, 8-8, 9-7. Can they make that jump to go higher than that?
One would think so, but I think they're going to need to add some pieces to their team because, as you noted, right in the middle ground, they can throw the heck out of it, but they can't run it on offense. On defense, they got a little bit better against the run, but what about the pass rushers? Because Ziggy Ansah played hurt most of the season, couldn't be his normal explosive self. They've got to get some more help there, some extra people at the 2nd level at linebacker in order to keep up with the high-powered offenses in the NFC North. But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them, they've sat back, I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And the tight end, Ebron, in motion. The final shot before the break. Stafford. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. So they took a shot there on third down. Couldn't get it. Now it's fourth. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a real...
Golden Tate's gonna go. He's at the 40, 20, 10, touchdown, Detroit. Golden Tate, 83 yards. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters?
He's got a man complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And give him a gain of 37. A first down carry by Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here's Prescott out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3. A give to Elliott. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Defense showing blitz. On 2nd down, Prescott again. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jared Davis coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And the Cowboys will call on Dan Bailey here. This from 36 yards out. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And they begin the drive with Abdullah. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
That looked like a 2-deep coverage, which we call cover 2. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Caught right side, Tate. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now a play fake here on first down. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Escaping the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. The Cowboys' all-time receptions leader, Jason Witten, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack. Although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that. And the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call.
They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on third down. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. That's caught inside the 20. And that one results in 35 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
It's not a bad idea, not at all. You've got a bunch of defenders reeling a little bit back on their heels after just giving up a big play. You take another shot and hope to complete it. In this case, though, it falls incomplete.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they can...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Snags it for the pick. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Sean Lee coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Here's Stafford now on second down. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back. They start on the ground with Elliott. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. They go to Elliott again. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Prescott. Out left side here to Bryant. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line. A big 30-yard play on third. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Well, Prescott here to throw. Space to run past the 20. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. Prescott. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So second and medium, 2nd and 5 now. The give is to Elliott. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a pickup of 5, and that should just about wrap this one up. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Prescott to throw. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Bryce Butler from 6 yards away. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
Yeah, we'll see if they go back to base. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 2nd and 10, Stafford being chased out left. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 22. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed